To showcase how Privacy can help you get a comprehensive picture of your data security and governance as you move your data from on-prem Hadoop infrastructure to Databricks, let's put it all together with a demo where we'll be showing you how easy it is to set up the policies and also to leverage the data discovery and compliance capabilities that we have within the platform. Let's look at a typical customer environment where they have an on-prem Hadoop. In this case, this is Hortonworks HTTP platform where they have data and they've got the security policies around that data for authorization for services such as Hive or HBase or HDFS, etc. In particular, let's look at how we can take the data that they have on-prem in their Hive environments and seamlessly migrate that over into Databricks running in the cloud on AWS or Azure. So in this case, the customers define policies on different databases and tables, such as the sales tables. They have policies that put into all the columns or specific columns. They have policies for masking specific sensitive data that's sitting within columns here in terms of the customer database. They have row filtering policies in addition that provide row level security to filter out which users can see what parts of a table's data and which rows get filtered and shown based on, say, for example, the user's locale. And we want to be able to migrate all these policies seamlessly into the cloud infrastructure when they move this data and into Databricks, and they want to be able to use the same policies or leverage the same policies in the Databricks environment. In this environment, you have the ability to export out all these policies as a JSON file. We'll just do a simple export here, and you can pick which policy stores you want to export the data from, and you get a JSON file. You can go into Privacy in the equivalent resource manager page, and you can import those policies easily. So you will choose the file that we just exported from the on-prem and then import those policies. We've already done that here, and you can see that the same policies, the sales database, put in sales, customer, or HR policy database, as well as the masking policies and the row filtering policies got moved into the right location. So in this case, they got moved into the appropriate zones, security zones within Ranger. And subsequent to that, customers have also added additional policies for protection for other locales. So in this way, we can see that we can seamlessly migrate the security that you have for your data as it's sitting within your on-prem environments and move them easily and seamlessly across to Databricks and get the same level of fine-grained authorization that you get with your on-prem environments. Once the customers have migrated the policies into Privacy and have moved their data from on-prem Hive into Databricks, we can see how easy it is to make use of the same policies and get very fine-grained control in the Databricks environment. So all the data has been moved. The same set of databases that we looked at earlier have been moved over into Databricks, and you can see here that you can write policies that control access at the table level, at a column level, and you can also do row filtering and masking. So you can write policies at any one of these levels, and all of this is done via SQL here, and the same kind of functionality is available via Python with PySpark, and you can see masking here below as an example. So if you look at the policies, the same set of policies that we were exploring earlier, which got migrated, can be seen here. These are the access policies for the sales, customer, and HR tables. And you also see here the masking policies that have been moved over and the row filtering policies for filtering the sales by country. Every time access happens through Databricks notebooks, an audit event is generated here, and you will see in our audit infrastructure here under Access Manager that every single access attempt is logged with specifics of who the user is, what they tried to access, as well as the time of access and which service that they try to access this from. So as you migrate your data, you can migrate your security and get comprehensive audits and security controls. The same set of security controls are available also for R. So you can see that we have table level policies and table level access control here, and then you can restrict at a column level and Similar controls are also available for Scala. You can see that you can have file-based with a read or write permissions via Scala, and the same set of policies can be applied uniformly across all of the Databricks infrastructure. So in this way, you can see how once the data is migrated to Databricks, you can get fine-grained access control to help customers manage the security of this data and to manage responsible democratization of the data once it's put into Databricks across your analysts and data scientists and other personnel who will be using this data. One of the first challenges that customers face as they move their data from on-prem Hadoop environments into the cloud is to understand where their sensitive data such as social security numbers and credit card numbers are. These are the crown jewels they're trying to protect in their Hadoop environments on-prem. And as they move this data into the cloud, into a diverse heterogeneous environment where there are different services with different levels of authorization and security, they want to be able to make sure that the same protections are applied to the sensitive data, which are the crown jewels in their environment. So Private Setup Platform has a discovery service that lets you locate very precisely where such sensitive data is located using a variety of sophisticated techniques, starting from pattern matching using regexes, dictionaries of inclusion-exclusion lists, machine learning and other types of models to detect very precisely where such sensitive data might be located, and also apply rule compositions, etc. on top to be able to very precisely detect this data. What you see here is a dashboard as an example where this data has been scanned across both the on-prem environments as well as in the Databricks environment where the data has landed. Once the discovery job completes, you will get a full inventory of all of the automatic classifications that have been applied to the data, and there are also thresholds you can set to have manual curation or review of this data for different users. What you see here is this data has been moved into the cloud and it's sitting in S3, and you can see that there's all kinds of sensitive columns in this CSV data, such as person names, addresses, zip codes, etc. Once you have classified the data, then you can apply data access control policies, as we saw with the previous examples, where you can write policies based on not only the location of that resource, but also the sensitivity of that resource. So for example, you could write policies that pertain to the type of tag that are applied to that data and control access to that data very precisely in the cloud environment. In addition to this, we also provide various types of alerting and dashboarding and different types of policies for compliance workflows. As an example of a compliance workflow, we support the ability to do right to be forgotten workflows where customers can come in and request that their data be deleted, which is a mandatory requirement for CCPA or GDPR. We have workflows that let you do this seamlessly in Databricks, and also do expunge of this data if they require deletion of this data, or do suitable de-identification of this data through encryption or masking at scale using the same Databricks infrastructure and Spark that comes available as part of the Databricks platform.